This video is brought to you by Dr. Kristen R. Bromley's Guitar Method Book Series and Online Music Academy.
Hi, I'm Dr. Kristen Bromley. Welcome to my online academy. It's so great to have you joining me here in these online lessons. This is lesson 4 in this Saturday series where we be jamming, meaning we're working on improvising solos in the pop, rock, and blues styles, which is so fun. I am delighted to bring this course to you. Now, so far in this series, we've worked with the most common minor pentatonic scale form. We've used that to improvise over a 12-bar blues in the key of A. So we know we can use the minor pentatonic scale to improvise over blues progressions when there's sort of a bluesy feel to it, at least. We also worked with the blues scale, which adds an extra note, and we improvised over a 12-bar blues in the key of A with that same type of feel using that blues scale. And then we looked at improvising in a minor key, so a chord progression in a minor key. We did the key of A minor using the minor pentatonic scale and the blues scale. We also looked at a little extension to that minor pentatonic scale that gave us a little bit higher range and some alternate fingerings on the guitar. Now, in this lesson, we're going to be improvising over a new vamp. It's going to be a power chord vamp, so we haven't done power chords yet. We're going to have this power chord vamp happening, and we're going to improvise over that in the key of A using the minor pentatonic scale, though we can use the blues scale as well. Now, we looked at the extension on the higher end in the last lesson that we can add to that. We're going to look at an extension on the lower end, so we sort of get this wider range and some alternate fingerings for us when we're improvising. I've got 5 licks to help you out with sort of getting some ideas under your fingers. I will show you at the end of this lesson how to play the guitar part for the vamp if you'd like to. Now, the vamp has been recorded onto a backing track. So you got a backing track with bass, drums, and guitar, so on, so we can improvise over the top. That backing track is also available as its own video. There's a link in the description below, so you can improvise and jam over the top of that as much as you'd like to. Here in the lesson, we're going to use it and improvise and jam together. It's so great for you to just steal ideas, get ideas right from me. That's sort of how we learn how to do this jamming together. So to start us off, just to get us a little bit into it, I'm going to go ahead and play that backing track, and I'm going to improvise a little bit over the top of that. You can improvise right along with me. We'll be in the key of A. So get that minor pentatonic with my index finger at the 5th fret. We'll look at that in a moment. If you need help with any of the things that I mentioned that are covered in the previous lessons, you may want to check out lessons 1, 2, and 3 before diving into this or after diving into this. But I'm going to go ahead and play over this backing track, get us into it just a little bit, get some ideas flowing, and then we'll work through the different elements of improvising with these new things together. So let's do it. Now we're going to hear 4E and in the snare drum, or 3M 4 depending on how you're feeling where the beat is. So we're going to hear that in the snare drum, and then we'll be in right there in the key of A. So let's go ahead and play over this. Super fun. Okay, so let's take a look at some of these things that we're going to be doing in this lesson, starting with the minor pentatonic extension that I've got up here on the board. So we're in the key of A, so we've got our index finger at that 5th fret on the 6th string. That's where our A note is. And I've got that in sort of a darker square here. That's where our root note is. Now, our main pentatonic scale that we know so well is within these 4 frets here. Perhaps I should mention I've done this sort of in tablature fashion, like when we read tablature, but then I've got the different spaces there to show us the fretboard, so as we're looking down at the fretboard. A lot of times when I've drawn things out, I've done it in sort of the chord tablature format where everything's on its side, but I wanted to show it in an alternate way so we get a couple different ways of visualizing it. So we've got that here. These 4 frets then are where our main pentatonic scale is. So index at that 5th fret on that 6th string, and then we've got the 8th fret, 5th fret, 7, 5, 7, 5, 7, 5, 8, 5, 8. So that's where our main pentatonic scale is, and we've got that there. should be familiar at this point in the course. In the last lesson, we looked at doing a little extension that gets us some alternate fingerings and then ultimately one extra note on top. So we got this note at the 10th fret on that high string there, but we've got this upper extension where we can actually finger things with our index finger or our middle finger at the 8th fret. We've got these higher strings right in this range. We did that in the last lesson. I'll look at it in a second though in review. But down here we're going to add a little extension on the low end. So if we have our index finger, or where our A note is, because we're in the key of A, so we've got that index finger there, but if we slide down 2 frets we can actually play the G below that, and we have, we can index and ring finger play through this. So the notes that are part of the extension have squares around them, and then I've added in where those notes are without squares around them that would finish out the position. So we move outside of our main position, we've got these squares, and we're going to follow it through to play all the way through this extension. Kind of like I did with the little lick at the very beginning of this lesson. Just a note here that the extra star note shows where that extra note is if we wanted to do the blues scale. So that is there. But playing this extension, I'm going to start on the G even though we're in the key of A. So we've got that A, we're playing A. So I've got index, ring, right there at frets 3, 5, 3, 5. Then I'm going to slide up 2 frets and catch the 7th fret. And then I've got 5, 7, 5, 7. And then I can slide up 2 frets and catch 9. And then I can switch with my index finger here or use my middle. So I can go middle, pinky for frets 8 and 10, or I could slide up and go index, ring. So back to that A note. Now you have 2 options on these strings where you're sliding. You can slide with your index to index, so index to index from frets 3 to 5, or fret 5 to 3, depending on if we're ascending or descending, or you can slide on your ring finger from frets 5 to 7 or 7 to 5. So I can do it either way, index, or I can go ring. And you can also do it where you actually slide without plucking again in your right hand. So you can do little slurs if you want to. Then same kind of thing up here on the higher one. We can go with index to index, and then ring, and then grab. Or we can do it with our ring finger. So we've got the 2 different options, going with the ring finger and with the index finger, depending on how you want to run the shift. It's good to practice both because when we're playing songs, sometimes one finger is better than the other. So again, I'm going to play through this all the way, the extension, and I'm going to use my ring finger to shift up on the way up and my index finger to shift down on the way down, so get a little bit of both. But you can practice it either way, work through it as much as you need to, but I'll demonstrate it here, playing through this extension just without me talking. So you go ready and... So that's how that works. Gets a little bit more range. Also gives us some alternate fingerings as it switches up what strings some of the notes are on, which lets us do hammer-ons and pull-offs sometimes and do slides where we wouldn't otherwise be able to do it because we'd be switching strings. So that's that extension right up there. Now, of course, it helps to get some licks under your belt, and I've got 5 of them for you. Down in the description below, there is a link for a free copy of the sheet music in PDF format that's got these 5 licks written on there for you. It will help you learn how to finger them. I'm just going to demonstrate them so you can kind of get them in your ear, and then you can work on them as much as you'd like to. But these will give you a little bit of help sort of getting some ideas flowing with the extension that we have here. So take a look. Download that sheet music and take a look at number 1. So with number 1, There's some sliding. Oh, I want to mention before we actually look at these licks. Even though we practice playing through this extension, like so, which is a really common way to do it, we can actually shift on these other strings in these other places as well. So you can jump from this higher piece or the lower piece right into that main pentatonic at any moment, and some of that is going to happen with these licks. So let's go ahead and look at them here. So we're going to slide. Now, with the sheet music, you got it both in standard music notation and tablature format. The tablature only shows the fingerings. Some of the inflections and things that I'm doing are indicated in the actual standard music notation. So you see that little grace note slide there from fret 8 to 10, indicated in the actual notation, and then the little hammer-on pull-off and the little pull-off. You'll see those slurs written in there to help you find those. So I'll play number one more time. So you got ready and... And I'll play it just slightly faster. So go ready and... Alright, so there's one that gets some ideas flowing. Let's look at number two. We're going to start off in the lower extension part here. So you got a little bit of those vibratos. That's when you see the squiggly line. That's the vibrato there. I'll play it slightly faster. And I fingered that with my middle finger and pinky on the top. You could finger that with index and ring as well. So there's another idea that kind of gets you through that. So let's take a look at number three. We go ready and... And I'll play it a little bit faster. So you go ready and... Super fun. These just get the fingers flowing and some ideas happening for you. Let's take a look at number four. We go ready and... And I'll play it slightly faster. So go ready and... Okay, let's take a look at number five. So we go ready and... Got some tricky shifts in there, but it's good for us. Take it a little faster. We go ready and... Okay, so we can improvise over the backing track with our power chords. Using the minor pentatonic scale, we can also use the blues scale. So I've got that those stars there showing us where those extra notes are in review. So that adds that sharp 4 or flat 5. Great sounds. Let's just go ahead and improvise together over the backing track now. Just make some fun music, get some ideas flowing. We're going to get that 4-anda or 3-4-N, and we'll be in. Let's do it. Okay, awesome. At least I hope it's awesome. I hope you're having fun with this. Again, that backing track is available on the channel, so you can improvise over it as much as you'd like to without me wailing over the top. But hopefully that gives you some ideas playing right along with me. So down in the description below, there is a link where you can find that video. It's also on the Blues Pop Rock backing track playlist on the channel as well. So as promised, here at the end of the lesson, I'm going to show you how to do the chord part on the backing track if you'd like to. So we got power chords. We're starting with A5, so those two fingers there. I got my index finger at the A, which is at the 5th fret of the 6th string, and we're down to the 3rd fret with that index finger, down to the 1st fret, and then we've got the open string against that 2nd fret on the 5th string. So we got those power chords, and we're really using this sort of drum groove, down, 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 up, up, down, 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 up, kind of thing. So you're gonna have down, 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 up, up, down, down. If we just do those two chords, you'd have down, 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 up, up, down, down. That's how that works. Down, 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 up, up, down, down. That's how that's working on those. Of course, I'm using my index finger to help mute the top strings. I'm also trying with my picking hand not to play the top strings. So down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up, and they're gonna have down, 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 up, down. So down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up, that happens 4 times, and then we get to where everything is extended and twice as long, and we get this stop time. Down, down, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 1, 2, da 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 da. Back into the other part. So down, 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 up, up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down. That's how the part with the regular chords goes, and then 4, 1, 2, down, up, down, up, down, down. 1, 2, down, up, down, up, down, down. 4, 1, 2, down, up, down, up, down, down. That's how those two parts work together. If we took it a little bit faster, you'd have 2, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and so on and so forth. So super fun. All right, that wraps us up for this lesson. Hope you're getting some great ideas. Hope you're having fun with this. On the next one, so next Saturday, the lesson that'll come out, we'll be working in a new key with the blues scale. Got an A2 that'll come out with it. Lots of great things. So we'll be working in a new key with a new jam backing track, jam along backing track to play with. We'll be doing a 12-bar blues in G and a new tempo, new groove. We'll be working in a new key. Lots of cool things to come. Of course, we also have the jazz lessons on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays that are coming out right now. There's Technique Tuesdays, Theory Thursdays that have lessons, and there are hundreds and hundreds of lessons already available on the channel to help you with playing the guitar, covering lots of different techniques, and so on. So keep having fun, take care, and we'll see you again. If you found this video helpful, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. For more in-depth lessons and to progress through a free guitar course, check out my Guitar 101 series on YouTube and my guitar method books, which all come with access to hours of in-depth video lessons. You can find more information about me and my products at KristenBromley.com. Take care.